Hello, everybody. So I'm back. I know it's been a while, but I also went through a lot, and I did not delete my videos. I just put them in private, and it's not that I'm afraid for people to see them, but I know that I have to keep them private for now. It's this intuition feeling that I had, that the Lord actually gave me. And to come at you guys now in a different way. I also had a more spiritual awakening. Let's just say spiritual growth, right? I came to big realization that everything that the Lord showed me, um, things they will come true. A lot of things have come true, but those were things that are happening in my life. And that's the big thing I had to learn. That's one of the big things I had to learn. So the visions and the dreams that I'm getting um, are about my journey. And plus what is to come, right? Not just for me, but for the whole world. But I had to understand that. And by doing that, by understanding it, by the time I've been quiet, I've been put to places. I can't tell you guys. I've been put to places and I'm like, "Oh my goodness. This is what the Lord showed me that in that dream and I'm actually standing in this place." Like, do you guys see what I'm saying? So that came true. I didn't understand that yet. But again, I have ever since like this whole year, I don't know what's going on, but I'm literally getting dreams and visions like every day. Um, and they're very enhanced. They're, it's like not even like before. And I've come to the point like I just feel like if something literally were to be, I'm literally to the point like the Lord has prepared me so much that if something were to stand like literally in front of me, okay, I would not even be afraid. Like, you guys, what I'm saying? Like, when I say that, I mean it as in like, the Lord has literally prepared me so much, especially with these dreams and visions. I'm just like the fear of anything, if it's bad or if it's good, right? If it's like, He just has taken that. He has prepared me for this, for what is to come. I'm telling you guys. Um, I've had to go through a lot. I'm gonna let you guys know. Like you guys before I left, you guys knew what happened to me. Um, I had to change my job. Um, I knew it was time. I knew back then it was the time. I wasn't able to finish it, okay? On, specifically on Karfreitag. Um, I don't know the English word for it now. Let me see. 1 second. I need to see this in English because now I just know it in German. Ah, Good Friday. Ah, that was like the biggest slap in the face just now. It's supposed to be like, duh, right? Okay, so last year, Good Friday, I already told you guys like what happened, right? First off, I was betrayed. Um, I was literally put out, and I'm telling you guys the story because it all had to do with because I love the Lord. But this is how funny the Lord works. It was my time to go, okay? Because I realized the Lord has bigger plans. the Lord does have bigger plans, not just for me, but with all the people, especially his people, the ones that have his light. And I'm now coming to realize all these hardships that I've been through, and there's more to come. The Lord already showed me what's to come, and it's like I'm standing there and I'm just like waiting for it to happen, right? Because I just know, like, like he showed me the future, and it, yeah. So it's not the end, right? And but it was a Good Friday last year, and that was specifically the day. And now I realize, people went off on my desk and at this job. I'm not gonna say any names. To me, that's I have given everything to the Lord, right? I'm not holding a grudge. It was something though. It was injustice though. Okay, it was injustice, and I was done wrong. I was innocent, and it had to literally make me switch my uh, job. Okay, not just like the job place at itself, but like I literally changed the whole field. But not in that sense either, but like in a different way. I'm gonna let you guys know. um, and on that day, it was said that I was supposed to stay at that place, because there was different departments, right? But there were two people that were jealous of, they were jealous of me. I already knew this was the case though, but I never reacted in a meaningful way or anything like that. I'm a person, I do value respect, especially in a workplace. When work needs to be done, work needs to be done. Like, you know what I mean? I don't hold grudges. You guys know, right? But like these two people did not stop. They didn't stop, you guys. And I'm speaking now the truth because it's a testimony, okay? It's one of my testimonies, just because I love the Lord. And it just didn't stop, and they started turning things around. They found out about my channel here. Um, they did. They found out that I speak about the Lord. And sometimes I would draw, like, I would have like little drawings. I would draw like a butterfly, and it said, then I would write down believing is seeing, right? And they would take pictures of that. They went on my desk at work, and they would take my stuff, take pictures of it. Found out about my channel, um, went then to that boss at that place, and they turned everything around, okay? And the funny part was, though, literally a day before that, I walked in, I already knew, because the Lord, first off, if you have the Lord, He's gonna put it in your heart. You'll know in your spirit. The Lord does show the truth, right? And I knew He was gonna take me out, but it's like, I guess I kind of underestimated that it was actually gonna happen. Like, you know what I mean? But like, I'm telling you guys, Lord is the truth. Like, my dreams and visions are true. It's just how I interpreted them might have been a little bit wrong. But when they happened, I was like, oh, now I understand, right? So, that happened, right? And a day before, I actually heard them talking in a separate room, and I acted like I didn't hear it, And I kept my smile on my face, even though I looked at them and I knew their evil intentions. I did. But I didn't show it. I still tried to be a better person, and I always will. And I thought I could trust one of them. Now it was a third party situation at this point, but this third person was actually someone that I am related to, okay? Not close, it's a far relation, but I did work with this person every day, and I thought I could trust this person, right? or at least I thought, right? And I knew at that moment when this person did decide, because this person knew now that this person had to keep on working with the other two. You guys see what I'm saying? This person knew now that I was going in a different place, in a different department, at the same job. And I already knew when I came in, right? I heard them over talking, and this person was with them in the same room, and I knew, I already knew. Um, so I stayed quiet. But I still never like, um, when I talk about the trust, okay, there was nothing like secret that I like mentioned either, right? So like this person also got their information from the other two, okay? So they found out by their own doing about my channel. Now, instead of two being involved, all of a sudden three were involved. I was betrayed. I really was. But the other two, okay, I knew that was coming because they did this out of jealousy. But the one that I really deeply cared for, as a person, okay, literally betrayed me. And on this all happened on Good Friday. So on Good Friday, the boss came up and he thought it was the best decision for me to move in a different room, right? And I agreed, until he told me the reason why. And I sat there and I stood there and my jaw like dropped, okay? Because I was like, when he said it was about knowing how to separate religious beliefs and the workplace, my jaw dropped. And I'm like, what? Guys, you guys should have seen my face on that day. I was like, what are you talking about? And he told me they have sent him, they have showed him pictures, and all these things. And they all took that from my channel, and the pictures I drew. You guys, I drew a butterfly with a quote on it saying "believing is seeing." Like, there's nothing wrong with that. In my eyes, that's very creative, to be honest. Isn't art supposed to be creative? I don't know about you guys, but I guess not nowadays. However, that happened, and uh, I was put in a place. I was basically punished in that sense. I'm being honest because I was put in a room that was like all by myself. The room was cold. Um, I mean, I don't want to like say any. I don't want to make it like bad now, but I was punished like for something, and I was totally innocent. And when I went upstairs and I had to take all my stuff down. Okay, I had to carry all my stuff down, and they had a big fight with each other on that day. It like they were acting like wild animals, and I just stood calm. I knew my Lord was with me on this. I knew He took that away with me, and I thank my Lord. I do, because they all were acting like wild animals, and I'm like standing there, and I'm like, oh boy, you know. At the same time, I'm still being betrayed, and especially the one that I trusted, right? Like, they all turned everything around. And right in front of my face, they all turned the whole situation around. They acted like I took the Bible there and I preached and all these things, and it just was not true. Like, I did not do that. I didn't, you know? And I constantly had to hear, they kept telling me, like, oh, how do you Christians do that? How do you Christians do that, right? And so, like, if someone asks me, how Christians do that, then I'll give you an answer. But I never went from my own self, okay? I didn't. But they tried to put it out there to be like I did, and it was not true. And I stood there and they were fighting with each other and all these things, and that is when they started screaming at me. and said, I can't hear your God anymore, and all these things. And I'm like, I just stayed quiet and I looked in this person's eyes and I was just like, I was thinking, I feel so sorry for you because I was standing there and I just was like totally betrayed, you guys. I was so betrayed, and the sad part is, what they were attacking me with was a lie. So I was being yelled at for something I haven't even done. And I just feel like it wouldn't even have mattered. Like, it was just, honestly, the only thing they had against me was that I believe in God. That was their only way of getting me not to be staying at that place. Because it was, when they heard that I was supposed to stay there longer, it went all down. They did anything possible to get me out, and the only way they could was because I believe in Jesus. So on Good Friday, I was literally punished. I was punished in that sense. And when I took down those computers and all these things, I thought to myself, you know what? I did have tears in my eyes. I did. But at the same time, I was thinking, I'm carrying, even though it was a computer, I'm carrying my cross right now from my Lord with with proud with pride. Yeah, I'm saying it with pride. I was happy. Deep down, I felt honored to have suffered some kind of way for my God on that day. And the funny part was, I knew the Lord. I knew the Lord was going to take me out anyway. And it all happened the way it did. I knew I still had to stay quiet, okay? And then an internship came up because that was part of the job, because it was also a learning process, and you have to take an internship. It's required, and I knew the time has come. That was my out. You guys see what I'm saying? I knew the Lord was gonna free me at this moment. Because it wasn't even at the workplace, but it was also school. I was done wrong in school, and I was done wrong at work during that time. So I was put out there in school. It was really bad because I never had this happen to me, you guys. And like I said, I'm making this video as a testimony. I'm letting you guys know why I've been quiet for over a whole year. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys know why. It's this whole story. But I just want to let you guys know I am back. I will be speaking. I'm not afraid. I'm stronger now. But at school, I was done wrong. I never had this. I'm a person, I love school. I'm going to say I love school. I love my books. I like to study. I know what I'm capable of in that sense. I know that I'm not. I know that I can understand. Like, I'm a fast learner. I know that, And I was literally, so school. That happened at work, and then school. I had few teachers, not all, but there was specifically one. One was the worst, with a few others, but one was really bad, and that was the main one. This teacher was the main teacher. I had this person the most. You could not put this person, whatever you did, whatever you said, you could not make this person right. This person was not. It was a very like a over perfectionist. I'm gonna be honest, you guys. I have to be honest. And you could not, whatever you did, it just wasn't enough. It was never ever gonna be enough. You guys see what I'm saying? And I was put out there to be someone who I'm not. This teacher gave me the worst grades, you guys. I went from being a straight A student a straight A student, to a student that was getting D's, F's. And that really was bad for me. I'm not gonna lie. I think that was actually worse. I really don't even want to cry. I was put out there to be someone like that didn't even understand what was one plus one. That was really bad for me. I didn't deserve that. I was very proud to be honored, to suffer some way from my Lord. But that was all happening at the same time. But one thing that was very important to me was my school, especially because I did everything in America, so coming over here in Germany and having to do it all by myself, which I did, and I made it. I can speak German, and not everybody can do that either. But I do know one thing. I was getting good grades by other teachers. I knew that wasn't the problem. I knew that language wasn't the problem. And his teacher also kept calling work, putting me out there to be someone that I'm not. So I was just being constantly attacked, nonstop. And then I knew this internship, I knew this was my way out because the Lord was already preparing for me. The Lord showed me dreams and visions, the time period, and when I heard about the internship, that the internship was going to take place around that time, I knew. And I stayed quiet. I stayed quiet because I knew that was my way out. And they didn't know, but the Lord knew. I knew that was the Lord's plan, and I kept quiet with that plan. So I went to the internship, and I went out, and I was working under menu guys. I was working, gonna let you guys know it's a constructing place, but I'm actually working with the men outside. I just never thought I would, right? But I did. And it's funny how everything worked out. I was outside and I got to have the perspectives on two. I saw how people were at the office, and I saw people who were working with their hands. And I was, as a woman, you barely see that. And I don't want to be prejudiced, but it's true. And it's still hard being accepted sometimes. But I have my Lord, and my Lord shows them the difference. But I'm letting you guys know that I was out, and I started realizing, wow, Roche, like I'm actually it's building streets, pipelines, okay? It's not even houses that I'm doing. I got these big rocks. Like, you look at me, you guys, you would have never expected this, right? Like, look at me. Like, people look at me, I myself sometimes gotta be like, where's this coming from? And then I'm like, God. I just know my Lord. So that was that point. I was outside and I was realizing I can actually work like the men. Like, and then I was having a lot of fun, and I'm outside and my head was getting cleared. It was healing me, like, from everything that I've been through. And then I knew, and then I just was like, oh my goodness, like, I feel so great. Like, and at the same time, I was showing people a difference just because I am a woman. And all these people they never thought that, especially a woman, would be able to carry that workout. that I'm doing. Like I said, I don't want to be prejudiced, but I am showing people the difference on that. Like I am. And so it's just like process, right? Because everybody wants to say that's man's job, right? And most likely, yeah, right. But the Lord put me in there, yeah, and I'm doing the work. There hasn't been something that I have not been able to do. Like I'm not kidding. So here comes the part though. So he put me in a place with the internship at one time. And those people that were there, I put a lot of work in there. I really did. And I really liked them. I did. But they also backstabbed me. There you guys have it. I was backstabbed again. So the time came that the internship was over. But these people, there was especially one of them, right? This person already gave me his yes in taking me. And all the people with authority, like when they go out there in Germany, it's called Pulia, right? But it's the people that have the work, that constructing place under them. They all said yes. They all said yes to me. So it was all about the people in the office now to also say yes. Okay, so it wasn't a one decision made. And it was three people that were against me, but I found that out later. Okay, so there was this person told me, my mom was with me, okay, so like it wasn't like I actually have a witness on that. And this person told my mom, yeah, don't worry, whatever this person says goes through, like I will be taken, right? So the time came and they knew I quit my job because I told them, I said, okay, well, we're gonna do it now, right? And like, yeah, okay, and then tomorrow I'll get the call, right? So I quit my job. But I quit it because I knew the time was there anyway, okay? But I literally thought I had a place, because these people said they would take me. I quit my job. They knew. A day later, I never got a call. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give it one more day. And I called, still, because I'd still 2 days passed by, I didn't get a call. I called, and then this person said, didn't I say that we're gonna still sit together and talk about it? And all of a sudden, this person then said, we did decide to not take you. And I'm like, okay, that's fine with me. I'm strong. Now I was really strong. I know I had to fight. And I wasn't going to give my attention anymore to those people. And I didn't. The sad part was, though, that I was promised something completely different. And to find out, especially this one person that said yes, to find out later, because I actually had someone then in my new school that knows this person, and I found out that this person that said yes actually voted against me behind my back. And this person played a big role in trying to win me over and changing the job. So that's why it was so significant. You guys see what I'm saying? But right, that person went against me. Even though this person, every time they saw me, they said yes. Yeah. But that's okay because they thought it was going to be done. They thought I would crumble down. But I didn't. They thought my career, my future was going to be done. They were all in it together. Those people and my old job, that I'm telling you guys, all in together. I just realized too late. I thought these people generally were for the work that I've put in for free for them. I mean, I was paid for the other job, but I was at a different place, right? And like I said, I was doing men's work, like hand work, and like, let me tell you, like, it's a totally different story than sitting in the office, okay? Especially, right? So, and I just like didn't deserve that. But the Lord knew that. The Lord knew that. But they thought that I would crumble down. They thought that was it. She's a done deal. I didn't give up. And the Lord, I'm gonna be honest, the Lord, once again, kept sending me dreams and visions. And I had many dreams exactly for the next company that I was gonna apply to. And I knew that was the company. I knew that that was the company because my Lord already knew. I'm not gonna state them, but I am thankful because that was the same company that did take me, that gave me a chance. And I'm gonna cry again because it's like, you know how hard it is, especially as a woman, to even be accepted on that. I have many women come to me and say on the streets when I do this job that I'm doing now, working outside with the men, do you know how they don't understand how I even got the job, okay? They don't understand how I got the job as a woman. It's rare, like it is. Even in the society that we're living in today. And it's just like, I stood there and I'm just like, it's the Lord, like, you know what I mean? And I do show them the difference. I'm carrying out the work, like, with love. I am. But this is also a part of my justice that's been given back to me. But I do know. And now I'm in a school. I'm getting A's again. So I know now that wherever I was in the past, that was not right. I was done wrong. Just because I don't know what was with this person, with this teacher. Maybe this person had a lot on the plate. I don't know. I don't know their shoes. But this person was putting it on other people's shoes. And before I have something on a piece of paper that I'm not, that I know I'm not, I decided not to finish it. And now I'm at a school that this is not happening. I'm getting my A's again. It's like the Lord made sure to help me rise up again. And I'm still currently in the school. So, a lot did happen. And all because I love the Lord. I had to stay quiet because it was a big change for me, you guys. It was. It really was. I had to adapt. It's a little bit, it is different. I've become so strong, not just like mentally, but also physically. I'm not afraid to speak even more. And all this whole process, I'm in a work field. It's still gonna be a constant battle, be honest. But I do know one thing. I'm in a workplace right now as a woman, and I'm doing the man's work, and I'm carrying it out. And it's not any different preaching. It's not. When the Lord gives someone an authority to speak in His name, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. The Lord picks. The Lord chooses. So any prejudices, yeah. If anybody comes to you as a woman and says, a man comes to a woman and says, only men are allowed to preach, then I think you really need to go down on your knees in that corner and you need to go have a big talk with the Lord and see what kind of answer you get from Him personally. Because the last time I checked, we're all one in God's eyes. Man and women. He's created both. And what a waste that would be if a woman didn't speak God's name, like the Samaritan woman, right? At the well. What a waste that would have been. Allowing a woman to also have lips, a tongue to speak, and they not being able to, or being allowed to speak. Especially in the Lord's name. So I am coming different now in this channel. I do receive a lot of dreams and visions. I will be stating them when because I do know now where to put them more at. Most of them are to my journey though. You guys see what I'm saying? And it's as if like the Lord's put me now in the situation, and it's like I've been in situations in the construction place, I'll be honest. It didn't matter if you worked very hard. I'm not saying all places, but it didn't matter how much work you put. You put more work in. There were times I put so much work in, more than a group of people, and it wasn't noticed. And then it was being put out there like as if like I didn't do it, kind of thing, you know. And then, but I'm saying this now, not all the time, but I'm saying this now as a comparison as what I'm now real message about this whole situation is. It doesn't matter sometimes how much you do to certain people. And it's the same thing with the Word of God. I started putting resemblance in how people see, especially in the belief. It's as if like it doesn't, you could show them in front of their eyes the work, and they still are gonna come up to you and say you're not working. Do you guys see what I'm saying? And I'm like, now I'm like standing there and I'm like, this is what the Lord went through. Like, the Lord would show them truth, evidence. They would see it, they would hear it. And they still wanted to say that it's not so. I can understand. I'm a victim on my own on that. And I don't think I'm the only one. I think many can agree to me on that. So I have a few things that I did write down that I wanted to share, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. I just wanted to let you guys know why I've been gone for over a year, why I took those videos in private for now. I'm gonna have to keep them in private. Because I do feel it's a protection for me right now, okay? Because people do have my channel that don't have good intentions of me, okay? But I'm not afraid. But I am wanting to start new. And the time has come because I feel in my spirit, I felt it already last week. It's just getting stronger and stronger, and I just knew, I'm like, Roche. You have to accept what you are, right? I can't change the burning flame I have in here. I just can't. I know I'm meant to speak. And I know a lot that will come upon me on my future. Maybe here very soon, because the dreams and visions, you guys are so enhanced. They're so dominant. I know it's coming soon. And I will share them when the time is right. But right now, I am coming in a different light. I want people to understand God. Because I know how it is when you don't understand something and then you like, now you're crying and then, because you have to understand, like, the Lord's wisdom is like, I'm telling you guys, it's just you're not gonna understand it. Like, but if we can try to understand it, the Lord is the one that gives the revelation, right? And every time a new puzzle piece comes into the picture. So I want to start off, and I will leave the link down to that below, because these are some quotes that really touched my heart, okay? And then there's something I also wrote down, but I'm gonna first show you guys this one. See if I can find it. Okay, I want you guys to hear it.
Never. What if everything you're going through is preparing you for everything you asked for? When God doesn't respond, remember, the teacher is always silent during the test. What if the struggle is leading you to a beautiful chapter in life? Keep pushing. The best is yet to come. Trust in God's plan. Even when it seems like nothing is okay, God is in control.
So that was one. Okay.
Asked for. When God...
Then another one that I liked, I'm gonna leave it in the link below because I don't take credit for something, you know, I didn't say. But we all do share and repeat words, right? So that was the first message that I wanted to get out. Now this one also touched my heart.
Be careful when you decide to hurt someone, because some people pray to God, and when they cry, God counts every single drop of tear that has fallen from their eyes. Because Romans 12:19 says, "Don't take revenge, leave it for me, and I will treat them as they treated you."
True.
Be careful when you decide to hurt someone.
And another quote message I want to give.
Sometimes God will ask you to release the thing you want the most. That's a test. If you'll pass that test at some point, He'll either give back what you want or bring something better into your life. Sometimes God breaks your plans, but it's because He sees that your plans are about to break. Trust the process. God knows the work you're putting in while nobody else is watching. That's why you don't have to prove it to anyone. If you do it, God will bless it, no matter what, no matter when. God didn't give you the strength to get back on your feet, so you can run back to the same thing that knocked you down. The closed doors are not an accident. You may not understand it now. To you, it looks like the opportunity of a lifetime just passed you by. But one day you'll look back and thank God for the closed doors. Drop an amen if you are thankful to what God did for you, and share it with someone who needs to hear this today.
Amen. Right? I had to show you guys those messages, and I'll leave the link down below. And then I also want to say something that I wrote down, and then I'll do quits for today because I believe this video is probably like super long. But it's a testimony, and I'm proud. I was honored, okay? And I would do it all over again, okay? I would do that all over again. Like, come at me with more, right? I would, because I love Jesus. So I wrote down, for you have given life, made all living and flowing life of creation for thy love for us. You have shed thy bread so that thy wine could flow abundantly to living souls. A flowage like a river, all rivers run into a sea, yet the sea is not full. And unto the place from whence the rivers come, thither they return again. And these rivers, metamorphically speaking, is thy blood, that you have shed for all souls living on this earth. You made sure that it was liquid, a flowing matter that can be reached to all parts of the world, for liquid can even reach to the most difficult places of the earth. It is a living source, it's always moving, whether one sees it or not. It's not in its nature to be stuck forever, and in one living space it can have many, many homes to reside in and stay, but to also grow in different places because it always does want to flow. And that is why every single soul, doesn't matter how difficult and complicated the ground may be, this blood, this water, with hope and faith, can have the chance to find a small leakage, allowing it to flow to a possible seed that may have fallen deep into the ground, and that already, with the beginning of a new change of abundance, a new journey of a possible new growth, to become that what you want for thy people. This love that can even be reached to places that no man or woman even thought that it could be possible to reach. And that's true. Think as almost like a rock. And in this rock, you have a few risse, meaning a few scratched off, eroded pieces, right? A little place where the water can go in. And when it goes in, it just wants to keep going in, right? But going in this leakage, that's a difficult process. It's complicated. And now says the cold, right? It wants to solidify. And in the solidification, it wants to expand. And the more it expands, the more the rock wants to break. And that what's inside wants to grow. And that's what I'm trying to put out, metamorphically speaking, in this sense of what I've written down. And that is the blood of Christ. It's the blood of Christ. Isn't it beautiful that he made it liquid? A beautiful resemblance. And I just wanted to share that, what I wrote down. So like I said, I'll be coming here in a different way, you guys, but I am very happy and I am feeling relieved that I am finally back to be able to speak about the Lord again to you guys. Alrighty, you guys, have a blessed, wonderful day. I love you all, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.